to begin again. Now we'll be discussing more into this, the meaning of a new beginning, with a business consultant who is also a speaker, and Dr. Harold Mayaba. Dr. Mayaba, good morning and welcome to the Diamond Breakfast.
Good morning, Vita. How are you doing today?
We're good. It's an interesting morning. Let's start off with just getting from you, what does a new beginning mean to you or any other person at the various stages in life?
Thank you. That's a very good question. For me, a new beginning starts with a renewed mindset. This is the start of everything new for an individual, because if I'm using the same mindset I was using yesterday and the year before, then it's not a new beginning at all. Because whatever I'll be doing tomorrow or whatever I'll be doing today, it will produce the same results. So a renewed mindset, to me, that's the starting point for a new beginning.
Right. And then, you know, how does one create that new beginning or identify that this is, or it is time for a new beginning?
You know, when you have a renewed mindset, you can see that even your trajectory changes, the direction you take. Even people around you, unfortunate, I have to mention this because sometimes you have to get rid of some people for you to have a new beginning. Because the people surrounding you, they are influencing you in whatever decisions you're making. So you can see exactly how you are doing things, and it will show you the direction that now I'm changing. The people you hang around with, the decisions that you'll be making, and even the places you go to. Because I tell you what, everything around us affects how we think. But these are things that we don't usually take seriously.
And speaking of a renewed mindset, it always feels like it's something easier to talk about than to actually do.
Yeah.
So what are the pointers that you usually would give people to when they're ready for a new mindset and to just be consistent with that new mindset?
Yeah, you're right, Vida, you're right. Because, you know, we grow up in an environment and we are conditioned to be doing some certain things. So it's not just an overnight thing where you can just say, oh, now I'm going to wake up today, I have a renewed mindset. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So a renewed mindset, to start with, you have to make sure that you resolve. So I love this word. I resolve that I'm going to change things. I'm going to change the way I do things. I'll tell you one thing. I developed a very bad habit a few months ago. When I wake up, the first thing is to touch my phone. I want to see what
many people do that.
Yeah, many people do that, right? I just want to see what is on the phone. Then that was very difficult for me to change because I'm conditioned to touch my phone and I want to check it out. But then I thought, all right, maybe there's nothing wrong to use my phone early morning. It depends what I'm consuming when I touch my phone. So it is very difficult for me not to touch my phone early morning, but now I'm just going to change it the way I use it. That way, it becomes easier for me to train myself to have a renewed mindset. And then I'm shifting to condition myself differently, because you have to replace something with something else. So you can't just say, I'm going to stop this, and then it ends there. Now it doesn't work that way.
And in moments of, you know, it's difficult to change. It's difficult to change. But how can one remain resilient? Are there tips on being resilient even as you try and embark on these new journeys, on these, you know, reforms, self-reforms?
You know, when we talk about resilience, it's not something that is built overnight. For example, you are coming from, you know, from a culture, how you are brought up, and all these things, they affect us, right? But to develop the resilience we are talking about here, because everything that happens to me today, it is molding me to be a person tomorrow, a different person tomorrow. It just depends how you react to it. And if something terrible happened to me today, what is happening is that there are only two options here. It's either it's going to break me or make me. So we need to look back how we have gone through certain situations and how we have come out strongly. And that is the mindset where you're focusing on a positive thing, even when something terrible happened. But our brains are wired that whenever something bad happens, happens, rather, you don't see anything good. So we need to change ways. All right, what can come out from this situation for me to use positively?
Okay. And with that, let's not get it from a personal experience from you.
Yeah.
Share with us if there's been a moment where something ended, and ending actually was the beginning of something new for you.
I can give you, I know we don't have much time, but I'll give you an example. At one point, I was living with my uncle and I was kicked out of the house. And I was working at night. I was crying because I was still a high school student. And I was using education as a vehicle to make my life better. To me, that was an ending, right? I have no accommodation. But then, that was a beginning of my renewed mindset. Because from there, it was an ending of, I was like, everything is falling apart here. But to me, that was the beginning of a renewed mindset. I discovered my purpose that night. So actually, I was about to commit suicide. I was like, I can't continue doing this. Mm-hmm. It was an ending to something. You know, you move from a comfort zone to unknown. And to some people say, oh, I can't continue, I'll just give up. But that was the beginning of something. And I'm here today on Diamond TV because I used that situation as a new beginning of something different. I didn't let that situation break me, but I used that situation, and that's the voice I'm using right now.
Okay. Let's close this off with understanding now the balance between honoring the past and also just setting to move forward. What would that be?
That's interesting. Honoring the past, some people, they honor the past, and the problem is that they are stuck. They want to remain in the past. I'm talking about my past here. I moved on. I forgave my uncle. I forgave everybody. But the past contributed to who I am right now. So I'm honoring the past by referring back to that situation. But I'm not stuck there. I'm not holding in bitterness, grudges, nothing. But most people, honoring the past makes them stuck in the past. And then they can't move forward. Because whenever they think about the past, it just brings those memories and they feel, no, this is too much, I can't move forward. So honoring the past is to just think about the past and then remember how you built yourself from the past. And it actually gives you hope for tomorrow because you know that if something happens today, you know, Christians say, count your blessings. I'm able to count my blessings. How did I come out of that situation to be here today? And I'm not stuck in the past, but I'm moving forward.
Indeed, it's all about moving forward. Dr. Mayaba, thank you for joining us on the Diamond Breakfast.
I really appreciate Vida. Thank you very much.
Now, we've been talking about staying resilient and discussing on how fresh starts shape stronger futures. And our guest has been Dr. Harold Mayaba, which is our last conversation, our last interview on the Diamond Breakfast this morning, as we'll soon be getting into something really exciting. So for those who are looking for furniture, we have something coming up as we'll be talking into interiors. Thank you for tuning to the Diamond Breakfast this morning. For the contributions on our Facebook page, that is Diamond TV Online.